because we're going to be starting to film now, I'm going to introduce what we're doing tonight. So, hello everyone who's shown up to this class. So appreciate that you are joining me. Tonight's class is a Yin class, and it's going to have a pinnacle pose that I like to call, or we all call, banana asana. And it's a pose that tackles an area of the body that gets very, very stiff in our regular day because we're walking upright on Mother Earth. And so we're going to begin. You're going to be in the middle of your mat. So it's called banana asana. That's where we'll be headed here today. So you're going to begin in the middle of your mat. Maybe pull the flesh away. And I hope you have either a rolled up towel, or if you do have blocks, that your blocks are with you. And you're going to bend your right knee. And you're going to get into a position that's really relaxed. So all these Yin poses have nothing about the muscular. We're not forcing anything. In fact, the feet relax, the toes relax, the hands relax, and the jaw relax. So you're going to take your right foot, you're going to put it on either on the above your knee or below your knee, depending on your flexibility. And again, I got to pull the flesh out. And this is not about having a straight back. In fact, we're going to use the head as a way of creating some movement in our spine, but it's very, very gentle. We're going to be here for a little bit of time. So you want to be in a place where you can breathe absolutely. You're going to move your chest towards your left knee. You don't have to spread your toes. You don't have to do anything special around that. And if you find your right knee is really up high, maybe you stick that rolled up towel, the rolled up blanket, or the blocks, or all the blocks, or however many blocks you have. And here we are. We get permission to just sit. And if you have your beautiful music selection on, you get permission to just listen to beautiful music. And you get to inhale and exhale so that you feel how the tissues are responding. They're responding to the weight of your torso, to how nice your breath is. And because you're all alone in your little sanctuary, wherever you set that up in your office, you could possibly close your eyes. And this will allow you to go right in to what's happening in your body in terms of the tissues and how your breath is and how it feels as gravity is pulling your torso down over your left leg. Even if you can't physically notice it on the external, on the outside, somebody might not be able to see a difference, but you can feel a difference. You can feel the right hip releasing. Another place when we work on our hips is that we bring the intensity that we're feeling in our hips into our face. And this is like a direct signal. When we grimace or wince our face or do anything in terms of activity in our face, it tells the hips to tighten up. So we want to trick our hips. We want to trick them in a way that says, you can relax. There's nothing bad that's going to happen. It's only yoga. It's only gravity. So I find that if I smile through this, when I'm feeling it, this is very, very helpful for me. Just check in on your rib cage. It's the last rib moving. And every time you feel that there's a sigh or a groan or a moan that's in you, make sure you let it go. To distract you, if this has become a little more intense than you intended, you can move your hands over to the left and just explore what happens when you do that. Over to the left side of your left leg. And then you can walk over to the right side So you can see the difference there. And you take an exhale and you release a little bit so that there can be movement and space created. And then over, again, the left leg. And maybe this time, just without kinking your neck and shutting off circulation to your brain, maybe you let your head be super heavy. And you start thinking of your hair as super heavy, your eyebrows as super heavy. Nice. Using your fingertips. The most important part about Yin, can't repeat it too many times, is the mindfulness, the softness, the slowness of coming out of the pose. So coming out, I'm using fingertips today because I always like to use them. I like to make sure that my hands and my fingers have lots of space and are supple and strong. So we come up, we feel what's happening. Some of you will want to grab your elbows, bring your arm bones overhead. Feel the weight of your arms going right into that right hip. See how much you can soften your belly. And then release. And then take your right hand on the outside of your right knee, and then just plant your right foot somewhere in front of your right buttock, but so that you can just relax your arms and you can just feel, I can feel that femur just sliding down into the hip socket. And these moments where we pay attention to what's happening after a Yin pose are the most important. Okay, so we're going to help our poor old right leg. Here we go. You'll notice it's a little longer. Bend your left knee. Flex your left foot just to get it organized. Then we'll release the left foot, either put it above or below. Make sure your right leg is coming out of your right hip in a straight line. And your right knee is trying to be with as little effort as possible, not like crunchiness. Your right knee is going to the ceiling. Now relax your feet. I'm going to pull my left foot up. And we're going to start coming down, and we're going to feel the weight of our arms as part of this work. Coming down, releasing, whole body releasing, jaw releasing. And definitely when we do the second side on Yin, there is potential to feel it a little more because the right side's already opened up, so now it's got, it's allowing the left side to have this big open movement, this open space. So we're going to hang out here. Make sure your lowest rib is the thing that's releasing tension. And your tummy can hang. In fact, that's what we want. We don't want the tummy to stop what might be happening in the back body, along the back of your right leg, back of your right thigh, your right hip, your right low back. So Yin is, the Yin practices that we do here are supportive of all our flow classes, are also supportive of all the things we do off of the mat. So to have full range of motion as much as we can, so our walking and our reaching and our balancing and all the things we have to do in our regular life, and gardening, of course, that these are things that are more sustained. We can do them for longer because we have this access, this whole range of motion in all of the large joints, for sure, in our bodies. Making sure you're inhaling and you're exhaling, and even though this might feel a little difficult holding, that you're using all your strategies, and the strategies are to smile and to look maybe at your right toe. Consider a manicure later. The lowest rib always moving on the exhale. And then if this becomes too intense to just be over your right leg, you can bring your hands over to the right. Oh, wow. And of course, groaning, moaning, sighing, yawning. Those are things that we like to do as well in Yin. Then walking, if you've walked your hands over to the right, you can use your fingertips as you walk your hands over to the left. And just explore your full range of motion. How far can you go over to the left? Can you come down? And of course, here is a good place also to close your eyes and go in. Noticing, are you holding tension in your shoulders or your jaw or even your eyebrows? And then walking over to the center, again over your right leg, and just feeling this. And those of you who do not have the mobility yet that I'm showing you, of course, you know you could be, I should have shown this at the beginning, but you can always just be where you need to be with your arms supporting behind or forward so that you can get what you need out of this particular pose tonight or today. Using your fingertips. Come on up. Oh, and take your time. Bent elbows. Try not to engage the core here. Use your arms. Whoa. Whew. Put your head on top of your spine. And then for those of you who'd like to grab your elbows or put your arm bones overhead so that you can feel the weight. Keep your throat nice and open here. That you can feel the weight of your arms. Going right into that left hip. That's terrific. And then releasing. Bring your arms down. Take the edge of your left foot. Bring your left foot forward. Take a moment here to just feel. So for those of you using your wrists a lot, you can flip the palms of your hands so that your wrists get a little bit of opening. We're going into a counter pose here for a few minutes. And our counter pose today is going to be child's pose. So you're going to bend your knees, bring them over to the side so that you can carefully come again into the middle of the mat. And you're going to be on shoelace side of your feet. Your knees can be wide. This might be a really great way to go into your first child's pose. You can also use blocks for your forehead or bolsters, blankies, whatever you'd like. I like to take my hands, this is the version I'm taking today, and bring the palms of my hands together, elbows out to the side, forehead on the pads of my thumbs, and then I'm just going to chill. Inhaling, exhaling, feeling where the space in your hips is now reflected in your low back. And use this opportunity in our counter pose to really allow breath to massage your organs, your chest, the back of your heart. You can even imagine that it's softening your face. Lowest rib is moving. You can move your arms into a different position. You could bring them forward. Bring your knees together. Press down and forward. Shoelace side of the feet. Bring your forehead to the floor if you're able to, or if you want to remove the block,